Senior foreign affairs correspondent and Face the Nation moderator Margaret Brennan joins us from Washington. Margaret, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Did Ambassador Sondland's testimony, was it enough to move the needle for the Democrats?
Well, for the Democrats, Ambassador Sondland, who is a lifelong Republican donor, was a powerful witness here. He did say point blank there was a quid pro quo, and he brought it to the president's office. He said he was executing it in coordination with the president's personal attorney at the direction of the president himself. That's significant. However, for Republicans, they will certainly point to that wiggle room Sondland provided when he said he was never explicitly, directly instructed by the president to execute this scheme of trading Ukrainian military aid in a meeting at a White House for politically convenient and useful investigations for the president. So it is something that Republicans will certainly point to there.
Margaret, Ambassador Sondland testified that Vice President Pence and Secretary of State Mike Pompeo were, quote, in the loop on all of this. What's the significance of that?
Well, Vice President Mike Pence would become the president of the United States in the very unlikely scenario at this point that the Republican-controlled Senate were to actually follow up on the impeachment by voting to remove the president from office. So to have this scandal widen and implicate the vice president, who has really tried to keep his hands clean in all of this, is significant. For Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, also someone in line at the very top of the cabinet, this further embroils him in a scandal that has really enveloped and damaged the State Department that he runs. It lends further credence to the argument made by Democrats that national security was being sublimated or perhaps sacrificed for the president's own political benefit, and it could be damaging to any future political career he wants to have.
Margaret, we know that David Holmes and Dr. Fiona Hill are expected to testify today. They are key witnesses. What should we be looking out for in terms of what they have to say and connecting all the dots?
Well, as Nancy Cordes pointed out, Fiona Hill is a Russia expert, actually one of the top in the world, and she's a former intelligence analyst. She's going to lay out why this was so risky to play politics with this particular part of American foreign policy, Ukraine, why it is so beneficial to Vladimir Putin. She'll lay out the damage portion of this and why she thought these newbies to diplomacy, like Ambassador Gordon Sondland, were dangerous. She actually called him a counterintelligence risk and clueless. David Holmes, perhaps most significantly for the Democrats, will be able to take this from the president's door inside the Oval Office by saying he had firsthand knowledge by overhearing a conversation between the president of the United States and Ambassador Sondland. He says on July 26th that they sat outside at a restaurant and that Gordon Sondland turned to him and said the president cares more about dirt on the Bidens than he does Ukraine.
Likely to be another dramatic day on the Hill, Margaret. Thank you.